So in the spring, a good technique for catching panfish is using a slip float and microbaits. In this instance, this is the EK124, and you can just hold that still. In this instance, it's the Lunkerhunt EK124 panfish and trout micro jig and float kit that I'm using. Got my slip float, got my micro jig, my soft plastic on there. This is the water bug in pink and white, and the bobber stop. You'll see it right there on the line. So what you can see in the background here is a bay, and it's only a couple feet deep, and it's got pockets of bluegill and crappie around. So what I'm doing is I've got my bobber stop set, so my float stops about, I don't know, what's that, 2 feet from the bait. And all I'm doing is I'm casting out. I'll show you. So what I'm doing is I'm casting out. Watch I don't hit the tree. You see it there. And as my bait goes down, the bobber stop moves down the line and it goes to my float. Oh, I got a fish already. But I slowly work it back. See if I can get it. And what you do is you yo-yo it very slowly, so it makes your bait move up and down that slip bobber. The wind's kind of picking up here now, so let's see if we can't get something going in the background here. And what you do is you yo-yo it, you move your bait, let it drop down, and then you just keep doing that. You work the water, you're kind of throwing your bait back, and then eventually when you hit a pocket of fish, your float will go down and you know you've got a fish. So now I'm almost at the boat. I didn't catch bit. Thought I had something right initially. I'm going to shorten it up a bit. One thing to note is that bluegill and crappie feed looking up. So you actually want your bait not to be on the bottom, but just above the bait fit, or above the fish or the crappie or the bluegill. So as you're bringing it back, they see it, they swim up and get it. That's kind of the trick. So you really don't need a whole lot of line between your float and your bait. Like in this instance now, you can see the bobber stop stopping my bait. That's actually how far under the surface it's going to go. And then with the weight of the lure, or the weight of the jig, it's going to make the float sink to about there. So you just see the indicator at the top. And then when you swim it back, it just kind of yo-yos like that through the water. You just want to get their attention. And the fish will tell you what they want. You either work it fast or you work it slow, depending. Right now we're going pretty slow. It was really nice and warm earlier in the week. Now it's cooled down. But yeah, so that's how you have it. So cast it out. Let it sink. And you'll kind of see the float will go from sideways to standing upright once the bait's fully extended. You usually don't have to leave it too long before you get bit, and if you don't get bit within 10-20 seconds. Oop, I think I just got bit. Nope. Yep. I had a take. I was just a little slow getting it. So it's yo-yoed down, letting it sit for a second. Now I'm yo-yoing it back up, bringing it in. Now it's dropping again. And I'll just keep doing that. I'll fan cast. Like, you kind of picture the water as a clock, and I'll cast to 11 o'clock. Oh, there goes my float, and I got one. So actually, I was sitting there talking when that one hit, and I was going slow. This feels like it's got some weight to it. I hope it's a crappie or one of those big bluegill we were having here. Feeling a little bigger though. Yeah, it's bluegill. Here we go. See? See it come down. Nice sized bluegill. That's it. You just keep working until you catch your fish.